Good morning, welcome to Dunn's Morning Up Moving Dirt. Not going to move much dirt like that without a blade on there, but I've got it up here in the shop this morning. Kind of waiting for some ground to dry up before I can start my other job, but I'm going to put that piece of metal on the front there. Got a welder on the way, and you just don't realize how deep that dozer is in the front till you get the blade off of it. It's closer to the blade and it's deeper in the front of it, or taller. I don't know what the reasoning is for all that, but without the blade you can sure tell how far the front end comes down. Of course, I know them loops down there make it look like it's more than what it is, but I know I sure been dumping a lot of dirt in the bottom part of this grill. I think that is lower than what was on the new ones, but you can see, I mean, I've had dirt plumb up to here when it comes over and falls in there. Of course, that being closer to the inside of the blade probably does not help that part, but I'm thinking that other dozer, the bottom part was about right here, so I back drag a lot. And if you back drag wet stuff, it starts stacking up between the blade. When it does, it falls over into that grill, which there's not nothing but where them hoses is. It's not going to hit the fan or nothing. The fan's up another foot higher than that. But anyway, I hope this solves that, because I've sure had a lot of stuff come over that blade, and this wad of hoses here that's wrapped in this hard plastic stuff, that thing's heavy, and it's tied to where them two hoses come out there. Then I wrap that deal around there, but you can see where it sits here and rides up against that blade. So it's sitting there like this and then doubled over, and something falls over, it hits that, and it's mostly when I'm peeling out wet stuff, and this may not help that. But the main reason I'm doing this is when you're pushing real dry dirt and you're going up a slope, that's going to keep that much more dirt stacked in front of you before it starts falling over the blade. That's the main reason I'm putting up there. And if it'll keep some of that stuff from going over the blade, and then when I'm in brush and stuff, all of this stuff here gets trees hung in it and stuff, and then you got to twist and turn or just stop and get out and throw them over it. And I'm hoping, since that'll be up here and straight across, and I'm going to have him put some gussets between here and that piece of metal, I'm hoping that'll eliminate a lot of that. And I'm going to just have to slope down and go to here, so there'll still be a little spot there that something might get wrapped around, but it can't hurt nothing. So anyway, we'll let you see some of that off and on as we're doing that this morning. And when he gets all through, I'm going to put a little primer on it and paint it, and then I can wear the paint off, and then maybe it'll shine like the blade. So that's what we're up against this morning. This will be the piece of metal that I'm putting. It's 1/2 inch by, I believe that's 8 or 6, I can't remember. We'll have to cut it, and then I'll pull the hoist over here, and we'll raise it up and tack it, and then he can slope it down. It's going to kind of follow this pattern right here. It'll be up to here, and then it'll slope down. And I've got to watch, I can't tie into that because my rake bolts to this right here. So if we can come down, and it'll have a little, I think he's going to put just a little bit of a cup in it. It'll come down and follow the blade. So anyway, we'll let y'all see some of that when we get underway. Thanks for watching. Bye. do your work. You don't want to get that close.
Where's your flat, the flats in there?
It's over there, isn't it?
We just gonna set it up on this freaking cut.
Well, I was hoping, but I don't, my stand's underneath that float.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, let's see here. Oh. So, gonna run a piece from here and then come down, just follow that, I guess.
I get, and it can. Only thing we can't come right here.
Yeah, how far?
Well, I'm
Like
thinking.
you talked about kind of tapering.
Yeah,
that up.
tapering, I guess. Yeah, can we put a bend in it?
Well, I think we probably hit that bend it, actually. I'll
Okay.
save a weld there, probably.
Okay, you're the man. But that, I think it will taper down.
Yeah.
Let's see now, okay, I got to thinking, we can taper up this high, can't we?
I mean, that'd be help, give you a little more weld to it, that's good, you know.
Well, see, there's where it runs,
Yeah.
and this, it'll
Never did no lower than that, whether it's putting waters out.
even see, a lot of times when I park, I back up, and that rake comes out here.
Yeah.
But it don't go any lower.
Yeah. Gotcha.
You're the man that's figured that out.
It should,
It
yeah.
don't
Only
get
way
any
that
lower.
get lower is if it wears into that square tube again, let that go.
And then it's gonna sit down
On
here
there.
before it hits.
Yeah,
I mean, if this is the same height as that, it ain't
I
gonna.
think it'd be
And
just.
see, this side's up high,
Yeah.
but I mean, make them look the same.
Yeah,
See,
I think it'd be
this
just
is
right.
where that other one,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Yeah, I can hold it right there, let's see what we got here. We need a 82 right there. Because one of them to start with.
And these will be separate pieces.
Yeah, I think I'll figure this out.
Okay.
It'll make her taper, and I think I can heat it when you bend it right there and say the weld will look prettier too, I think.
And anywhere, you can put a gusset on all
Okay.
these if you want to.
Got you.
Or whatever you think it needs.
Okay.
Oh, that's,
Let's
that'll be
see.
the first thing it hits him.
Me and you, man, up, pick you up.
It's really, one end of it ain't that heavy. If I'll pick it up, you
Slide, I can do that.
I don't know how hard I can. You get it like a tater tot, maybe.
Maybe, about to come up. Let's see.
Hey, wait a minute. You got it all.
I need some help. Let's see.
Those excavators.
Okay, that was gonna flip up, you would just have like a little jack stand with two in and keep that from going to the sky. Or anything, a chair, or anything.
Well, here, I'm getting some of this. I got my mind. One of these days, I'm gonna make trouble is, I make them so heavy I can't move them.
You wanna put that down there? What do you want? You got a piece of tin or anything?
Oh, no,
Save
don't
it
worry
for
about
it.
the concrete. Don't worry about the concrete.
Gotcha.
I'll cut stuff.
Hold up out there.
figured just
And
fine.
get up, anything you stick with it.
Yeah. I think. I'm afraid that end might come down in the kitchen.
That bell flapper, you get good. Oh.
You ever get to Colorado and say, where was you going?
Yeah, we went.
Okay.
River.
Yeah.
wonder why we went back in, like, now that one's not like that.
I don't know now.
I don't either. I'm just gonna wherever that hits, I'm gonna weld it.
That thing's been whacked on so much in years and stuff, who knows?
I'm just trying to keep customer happy.
Okay, he's got her all done, and I think it looks pretty good. I was debating whether or not to paint this right here, but I think I will, because I want to send John Deere a picture of that after I put it on there. And of course this paint will wear off pretty good, but that's okay. But I definitely want to paint the back side of it. Did a good job. I'm anxious to see what happens. I like not being able to see all this from the front. And I'm going to eliminate trees getting in between here and here. And I will have getting here, but we've got that. Now I had to cut that down enough because my eyes for my rake fits right here. So, and that'll give me, I can look out this corner, I think, and kind of judge my distance, because I'll know where the end of the blade is there on each side. Looks real good. I'm gonna put some primer on it and a little John Deere yellow paint, construction yellow. And I'm excited to start pushing some dirt and seeing what it's going to do. I push plenty of dirt with it not on there, not as much as I usually do, but I'm kind of curious how this is going to work as far as when you're going up a slope. That ought to hold a little bit more dirt in front of it. I think it's going to look good. That was a piece of 8-inch, so it didn't quite raise the blade up 8 inches since it's at a little bit of an angle. Probably 7, I think, the height. But it's got four gussets, one on each, everything we could tie one to. And if it ever looks like I need to put one in the middle, I can, but I don't think I will. I mean, the only thing we could put one right here, but usually I'm not hitting nothing with the top of my blade as far as a tree, and the bottom should be hitting it before this does, so we'll see. I'm gonna paint it before I pull the dozer back into that, or I'll have yellow paint where I don't want yellow paint. I think it looks pretty good. He said it wasn't near as bad as what he thought it was going to be, and he did a real good job on these ends, these corners, these ends, how they duck in and curve around to meet the blade. So I'm very satisfied. So, and then when I get in the blade, it'll look more like a dozer should. I'm gonna probably lay out a 5,001 yard tank up in Wilbarger County tomorrow. So I've got one about 2 miles from where I live, but this ground up here is just so flat. It's pretty wet. I went over yesterday, but they said they drove out in the field where that other one is that I'm going to. So then this thing will start to look like a bulldozer when I get in the blade. They look a little funny without that blade on the front, but like I say, they've moved the front, moved the blade back or the front forward, whichever, and got that a whole lot deeper in the front. Like I say, I can't hardly get down underneath it when the blade's on there. You can raise the blade up and crawl underneath it from that side. So, and at least that'll keep something from falling on that big old water hoses. That's one time I had a clob of mud back there, and that mud must have weighed 100 pounds. And you know that's not easy on them hoses, that mud catching that. So at one time that hose did go up between these two deals, but now it gets down here and it hangs up right here. It won't ride up here, and I'm afraid to tie it up here. That's starting to wear a little bit. It's pulling down on this right here. That's so heavy, that deal there, pulling down. Got the paint wore off in that hose. May have to find me a leather glove and stick in there. So anyway, heard a little bit what was going on in the shop today, so I'll let y'all see when we get out digging that new tank. May start it in a couple days after I get it laid out. And I'm working on one video where I built a small dam, so create a place to hunt ducks, and then the cattle will have water in the summertime when they're out there in the wheat field, or during the winter time. So thanks for watching this channel. Bye. You want to know what happens when you're on a dozer and you're more worried about where you're going than where you come from? Usually that right there. I didn't have my blade on, so when they started taking the ground, they just went to getting deeper and deeper. So I can fix it though. I've got a motor grader and fixing to have a bulldozer with a blade on it here. So I sometimes do that out in the pasture when I'm parked, and I'll look back and I'll pull them up. But I was more worried about hitting everything straight when I pulled into this blade, because we raised it up to lay it down where it'd be easier to weld on it. And when you do, everything gets off from where it was when you took it off. So I just about got it. The other side's up. I got to hook this side, did my arms, and I guess when I back up, I'll leave my rippers up and my blade down, and I'll fix that right there. So anyway, that's the way it started off this morning. So hopefully it won't get no worse than cutting the groove through your yard. But like I say, it's been in worse shape than that before. So anyway, just thought I'd show you that. Talk to you after a bit. Wow.